Hello critters, welcome back to the Crafty Critter. So I want to get started on my scrapbooking for the month of October. So this is the book that I used to scrapbook in case you haven't seen my prior kind of walkthroughs on this. So this is a Happy Planner Big, and to me this just seemed like something I wanted to try for this year. So we're going to go into, I have not done September yet, so I'm just kind of bouncing around a little bit here. So we're going to go with the month of October. I do want to kind of probably do a different cover on this at some point, but it's not going to be a priority for right now. I'm just going to kind of leave that at this. So this starts then this section. So for the monthly area here, this is where I usually put all the pictures that I've done of my YouTube videos, along with like a description of what that video was, and kind of just because I think that would be kind of cool at some point to, you know, reflect back at that. So these are all of my pictures. They're all in fun size. I like to call them fun size for this month, which means that like for like these are going to fit pretty well into these little squares with the dates. Sorry, you can't see that. So so that's where I'm at, and I've dated the backs of these, so putting them on here and then kind of working with that is going to be a little bit easier. So I have this pack of photos is going to be just on this page. Then what I did is, this is week 1. So week 1, I'm considering the dates between the 1st. So of course I've got a little bit of overlap with these 4 days here. So the 1st through the 11th. So I've got, so if I took pictures on these 4 days, they're just kind of being put in with the week from the 5th. So this is first week is the 1st through the 11th. And then we have week 2, which there's not a whole lot of pictures for, which is the 12th through the 18th. And then we have week 3. Week 3 is my big massive pictures, which because of the zoo. So that is the 9th through the 25th. And then, of course, our last, which is very little, is the 26th through the 31st. So these are all of my pictures. Sorry, don't mind that. This is my drives that I used to save all my photos on. All right, so I'm going to be starting with this and this. So I have actually, I want to show you what I've pulled here. So, I mean, I will have basic tools on hand. But this is going to be my big, I've got mostly everything that I've pulled that I want to try to incorporate for the month, possibly into my spreads, not including that. That's for a different project that got thrown in there. And on top of that, then of course I have these papers as well. So these are going to get set aside until I can get to work with 3. So is that, and these ephemera packets. That's all part of week 3. So what I'm dealing with this first week here is doing the YouTube videos. And I thought for that, I had this big seasonal teacher planner. And in here, there was this page, and it just really kind of popped out at me. Let's see if I can find it now. Oh, yes, this right here. These Bugos. I thought that so I wanted to incorporate all these, this entire page, these Bugos stuff. So this purple ghosty stuff. I thought what I could do, take the squad goes and use this as the, you know, the word in the YouTube videos, kind of use this and kind of fishtail it out a little bit and add that towards the top. So anyway, I want to use these first 2 pages here as part of that. And then I have like these little dots here, these little gem bling sheets, and I want to incorporate that, I think, into this. And I did pull, I have some stencils that I can use, I have stamps that I can use, I have die cuts that I can get into. I have some more of these, I have tons of these recollection sticker books, and that one does not have any purple in it. That is pink, so that won't work. There are some Boo Ghosts in here, like I could use, you know, cut out that eek or something like that and use that. So that's a possibility. Right now I'm just, you know, this is my part where, you know, like I can use, like if this were purple, that would work. So this book kind of is more orangey, so I'm not seeing anything. See, this book has the purples in it, but there's nothing really Boo Ghost related that I am seeing. So yeah, because there's bats, there's snakes, but no Boo Ghost, so that's not going to work. So really, let me look again at this. Oh, there's some ghosts there, but they're not really purple. It's going to be backed in gray. Yeah, you know, because of the oranges and stuff like that, I really do not think, and the grays, this is not going to work either to incorporate with this. But I also pulled my, I'm going to move this. Hold on one second. We still got dies and stencils that I could use as well for this page. I did also pull, because I needed something to back up some of the photos with. So I had some leftover of this page. So I think that this is going to be work to kind of back up some of the photos and stuff like that. So that is a possibility. I also have, in case I need something to do like the writing on, I have this in purple. So this is just a, you know, it's just Post-it note in purple. So we could possibly use that. So here's where we kind of go through and I look at other things that I might have in my collection sticker wise. I don't really have like ephemera packets or, you know, tags or anything like that. So we're kind of at the mercy of that. So again, we've got grays. See, we have purples here. So we have some extra Boo Ghosts in here if we need them. That we can use that have a purple backing. So I'm going to pull this. Let's, yeah, it was more oranges and backgrounds. So nothing in that one either. We have a ghost here. So that is kind of cute. And this would be a different kind of ghost than what I'm seeing. So I probably wouldn't use that. And we might have enough ghosts with the others to really, instead of like having to go into this. So this one's backed in gray here. We don't really, like, I do have like here the little cemetery things that say rest in peace. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and pull this sheet because we could use that. I have some felt ghosts here. So this would be a different texture for the ghosts. So let's pull this sheet as well. Because it being a different texture, I definitely like that. Let's see, what else can we use and pull from here? Okay, so we have some different cemetery pieces, and this would bring in a little bit of bling, but I'm really not liking that to go with what I've already got going on there. because it's kind of matches, but kind of not, because I really didn't want to bring in the sparkle because I had nothing else. So if I brought in this, then I'd have to bring at least one more other element in somehow to bring in some sparkle, and that is not what I'm looking for. I didn't want to add any more elements because it's probably going to be pretty full up already. Okay, we got the spooky tree there. That's cool, but too bad it's backed in. I'd have to do some pretty fancy cutting, but that ain't gonna work. All right, let's see, I've got some other pieces back here. Okay, I am not seeing anything else there, so I am sorry we are going through, like, to me this is part of the process of, you know, me going through and figuring out all of the elements that I could bring in, possibly bring into the page in order to get that done. So the next thing we would have to go into to see if we could pull into would be some washi tape. So I'm going to put you on pause here real quick. I'm going to go in and look for something ghost related, cemetery related, something in purples that we could possibly bring in to what I've got going on already here, and see if that will work. So one moment and I will come back and I will let you know if I have anything. Okay, so I went through my washi tape. I had purple washi tapes, but they were all glitter based, so I decided not to bring in any of those. I did find this cemetery one, so this could work for some blank space areas, so we going to put that in the stash for this pile. And then I had another 2 boxes to go through, and that is my embellishment boxes. So I am going to try to, I've got 2 embellishment boxes. They kind of look like this for Halloween. And, oh, sorry, my camera's getting tilted as I'm trying to open up the box here. All right, so I was interested to see what was in under here, because this is, so there's orange, there's purples, there's some blacks in there. I'm not seeing anything. There is some purple. But it's in the form of brads and that. It's not something I'd like to add. So let's put that in there. And yeah, so this box does not have anything that's going to be helpful. So try to close that one up. I got one more box to go through. Okay, and that would be this one here. So we will see what we find in here that could be added. Ooh, my spotters want to come out. Okay, so I have these blue boos. That doesn't work. Okay, now these are really cute, the little stitched boos. So I think I'm going to pull one of those aside, because that's, again, that's something a little bit different to add. I do have these resin pieces here, but I'm not really seeing, they're pretty dark colors, which is hats, stuff like that. Yeah, let's see, we got some kitties. Oh, here we go. I got some confetti. And I have some tombstone confetti too. So let's pull that. Let's see, those are spiders and webs. Those are pumpkins and spiders. Oh, actually, I break open the bag, but we do have some purple, this purple confetti pieces in here. We could probably use those. Oh, let's go ahead and pull that. All right, let's stick those back in there and those back in there. So let's go over to this side of the box. I've got some buttons here. Oh, look, I just found a button, a ghost button. Let's pull that. Do you have anything else? I think that was the only one I had. Okay, that's great. So we're finding different elements. Now, I don't know if I'm going to use all these elements or not. It's just nice to try to compile everything together before I get started. I do have some little signs here, but they're more kind of witch orientated, so that's not going to be helpful. Let's see. I do have this tree. Maybe we got tombstones or something. There's a haunted house in purple. That's kind of cute. Let's pull that. Like I say, I don't know if I'm going to use all this, but it's nice to have these available. Here's another one of those ghosts, but if I put one on, I'm just going to put one on. Let's pull that tree too. It's nice to have everything available so that when I'm going through it, that I know there's a different glitter ghost, but I really didn't have any sparkly glitter stuff at all pulled. And then this is a different ghost too from a foamy. Let's pull one of those two just in case. And that way now I have everything pulled that I could possibly put into the layout, and then we build from there. And that's my process, is to just try to have it all available, and then whatever I don't use will go back into the boxes or the homes or the places that I've found them in. So let's close that up now, and this is where I'm going to pause the video. And what I'm going to do now is pause the video and pull my pages out of this book and start playing with it off camera and seeing exactly, well, how do I want to lay it out? How do I want to put this together so that when I come back onto here, it's going to make more sense to all of you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my patch of photos, and I've got all this stuff, so all this goes over here. This is all of our fun items to play with. Our paper, our sticker book. So that's what we're going to go with. And I know this is going to also be difficult. There is gray in this background. So despite the fact that I've gone purple with everything, there are these gray elements now that I'm seeing this. And we're just going to have to work around that. So there will be a little bit of a gray background. I can't change that aspect, but I'm going to figure it out. So I am now going to pull these pages out, which gives me then a flat surface to work on, and which is what I like about this, you know, that I could pull these out and play with them and then put them back in, and that would be great. So, all right, I will be back. Any filming, or after I'm done playing and figuring out how I'm going to do this, I'm going to come back on and film, but it'll be done in a kind of brief segments as far as filling you in as to what I'm doing, so that you're not completely sitting here for the whole process. Otherwise, this video is going to be like over an hour and a half to 2 hours long, and that's not what I'm going for. So I will be back, and I will see you soon. Hello, critters. So I have figured this out as to how I am doing this. As you can see, I've done several already, so I'm going to walk you through doing this one to pop this one in here on the 30th. I still got many more here to go, so but I might do one for you and show you how I did this, and then I'll come back later and yeah, we'll work it out somehow. So anyway, so I took my paper, and I realized I'm not going to have enough to finish this up, so I'm going to have to order some more of this paper. So yeah, fun times there. Anyway, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. So I ran this to my paper trimmer. to get this to the size I needed. As you can see, it's a little bit bigger, which is fine, because then what I did is I put a crease in it so that I can bend this over to create a little door. And then, of course, now that fits right in that spot once I did that. So the next thing I did is I created myself a little pattern, because I wanted to make sure that every single one of these I did from this point forward was the exact same size. So this is my one to go off of. So all I'm going to do is line it up here as to where I need to cut. And I'm going to come in here, cut this right here. So this is my window now. Window. Okay. So the next thing I need to do is cut my corner. So for my corner, I'm going to line that up this corner where I need it to be, which is right there. Come in with my scissors and just clip that off. Now I'm going to go into my lovely little, I pulled these off my wall to use for right now. So this is my permanent double-sided adhesive. This is Tombow brand. This works really well for it because it's just narrow enough to go right along the edge here, and that has been working great. So going right down the line there. And then what I do is I fold that edge where I want it to bend, and then I use, hold on, and let me see if I can get this to where you can see it, that folded edge to line up right here on the bottom, and I use it also to line up in this corner, and then I make sure it lines up all the way up the side here. Once I have it down, I'm going to use this and just press it to create a very good, nice seam. Now I'm not done yet. Then I took this paper here, this lovely little Post-it note. I came in with the Post-it note, and I'm going to line it up on the inside here. Making sure I've got everywhere I want covered. Press it in place. Then we come to the outside here, and we're going to trim off the excess. Now, it's a little hard to do with my camera in place, but that's okay. All right. So that's the trim off part. Now we're going to take this extra flappy piece here and glue that down. And for that I'm just using some nice little glue stick, which works out great because I can see where it goes. I can get a lot of it on at once. It dries clear if I get it somewhere where I don't want it to be. And that's great. All right. So, and as you can see, I continued it down to the square. So now I'm going to need another piece because it's not big. The squares are not big enough to just completely go all the way across. See, it's not big enough. It's not. So if I did this, it's not long enough to go all the way across. So I'm having to use two pieces. Plus I've got the issue with that little pencil drawing in the corner. So I'm going to line this up again where I want it. And I want it to go over this. So this part that I have that I stuck down is the flap. We're actually covering that. So you want it nice and snug, but you also want to make sure that when you close your window, you're not going to have like an issue. Okay, so there's that. That's pressed down. So then what I did is I came and I folded these down to where I want them, basically just using the lines on the paper and making sure they're straight. Then I come up with my tool here, get a nice good seam going, and then I just lift it off. It creates a nice unfinished edge, which works out great. So same thing on this side. Which is great there. Then I folded it closed, took my little pen, marked where I needed to cut that piece off so that I can see the date. Open it up, clip this off, making sure that I cut that pen mark off too, and then come back in with the glue stick. Wipe off the excess, and there you go. That's that part. And then we got to put the picture on. Where did the picture go? Okay, here's my picture. So I'm taking a look at my picture, and first of all, I'm going to cut off anything excess. Like I can cut from here down because I want it to fit perfect, and it does. So just cutting off that little bit worked out great. So I am using my glue dots for this. I use a combination of glue because these tape runners, they're not cheap. You can blow through them so fast. But when I buy my glue dots, I get them on Amazon. I bought 3,000 dots. Literally, it came in a giant package with tons of these rolls. And I bought them for $14 for 3,000 dots. Now, granted, yeah, for this, I'm probably using 4 dots on one picture. Who cares? It is still cheaper in the long run than these tape runners are. So, that's why I use a combination of glue. It just works for me. And I think that's the main thing, is that you just got to work whatever works for you. What you don't mind spending the money on, what works for you, and getting what you want down on the paper. So, I'm using 3 different glues just on doing this one plan, this one little scrapping stuff, and that's okay. All right, so now I got the picture done. So then we're gonna eventually I'm gonna go back onto the inside, and this is what it's gonna look like on the inside. Is I went back into my stash, and I found a completely black. So this is black there, and then I went ahead and I found this roll too. This does have a little silver in it. I'm fine with that. But it just seemed to work out on the inside, because you pop it open and you got just like this little like black, and then I went with black ink on the side here. This little boo here that I put in here, I tore the paper, and since it was already really stuck in place, I decided that I had to just cover it, and that's what happened there. I did it on one other, the other page here too. Oh no, maybe I didn't. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. Maybe, it was torn up here and I covered it with the black. So, that is where I'm at. I'm going to do the rest of these on off camera. And once I do that, then we're going to come back, and then we're going to play with all the stickers and everything and do all the embellishments and everything. And that will be done on camera, probably in a, I don't know if I'm going to do that in a fast motion kind of deal or what. But anyway, so that's where I'm at. So I will be right back, and I will show you all the pictures once I get them on there. Hey critters, so I got all of the pictures on. I pressed these under some heavy scrapbook, you know, the big pads of scrapbooking paper. So at this point now I'm ready to do like adding on all of the special stuff. And I pulled some more items actually from my stash, because I went back through again and I found these words that said boo. And I found this die cut that says scary stuff. And this little boo goes here, since I wound up adding in some black. That really kind of changes some things. So the first thing I want to do though, before I add any of that stuff, is work kind of towards the side here. So with that, we're gonna start with this book here. So I definitely wanted those squad ghouls, this here, added to the side. So we're gonna do that. And what I'm going to do too is I want to tilt this page while I'm working on it. It's just always kind of easier for me. And I'm going to tilt my camera down a little bit too for you. Alright, so I'm going to start this right below where the October comes in. I don't know if I need to, yeah, I want to just center right down. And that's where I'm going to use some black lettering to kind of write in, you know, YouTube video uploads or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure that part out. I did not go through all of these and do the writing yet. So that kind of I do, you know, last. I did a few kind of just as an example. So then we have these here. And what I was definitely thinking was to take a few of these and I definitely want to add like right in here. Oops. He's not in here. Sorry, I'm trying to lay this as close to here as possible without... Down a little bit. There we go. And I want to ducktail this end. So let me move this out of the way here. You know what? I actually think this would be better. Okay, so there's that side, and then I've got a few more of those, but we want to add it to the other page. So let's bring this page back in. Alright, now this one's super long, so I'm going to break it in half. Or it doesn't have to be, well, I think I do want it even. Okay, get my scissors. Sorry, I'm doing this behind me, or behind the camera here, so I wanted to make sure I got it even. Alright, so then we're going to do the same thing right here. And then we just have this kind of like really nice matching kind of blue flags, or however you want to. we go. Okay, so that is all I want to use from this page, just because this has orange in it, so I don't want to use that, and this has a whole bunch of colors in it, so again, I really don't want to use that. I want to try to stick with minimal type colors. So the next thing would be to take these big giant ghosts and kind of put them in. And I think what I want to do is take like the largest of one of them and kind of put him kind of coming down off of here. And the nice thing about ghosts is they can be upside down, they can be right side up, left, right, you know, kind of like all around kind of thing. So here's another big one. And I think we could place him right in here with all these 4 squares. And then let's do a little contrasting one. And let's do a little small one here. So I want to fill in all the spaces with as many of these little guys as or all of these ghosts as possible. And then we're going to go into adding other elements. I think I'm going to save that space for something else. Maybe we will use all of these. Now let's do one more here. Yeah, and so I'll have 3 left on here, which is good. All right, so I'm done with that book. All right. So the next thing I want to do is I want to take this large space here. And I had this beautiful washi tape with the cemetery scene. So isn't that beautiful? And I thought that this would be perfect along this. And I have to wipe that out. So let's grab my little whiteout, because we don't want that. I just got to get it started. This pen is usually pretty good, but there it goes. Sometimes it doesn't want to completely work. The paper's like really soaking it in. Hold on, let me grab a tissue here, because it's not, for some reason my pen is not working very well. I mean, you could see what I did there. Yeah, it's not. I've never had a problem with this pen before. Oh, there it goes. Okay, we're gonna let that dry. If that soaks in too much, I might have to use just a different type of whiteout. But okay, we're gonna let that dry. So we know that's going there. And then we had this, it said scary stuff. And I think what I want to do is do scary here and stuff over here. Let me back that with some glue dots here. I have to cover up the Wednesday a little bit, but that's okay. I'll probably have to do the same on the other side over here too. Let me get some glue dots on this one. Oh no, I just tore it. Hold on. Nothing tape can't fix. It's pulling a little too hard there. Hold on, I'll show it to you in a second. Here, let me put the last glue dot on. Here's what I did. All right. Let's make sure we're placed right. All right. Let's get this piece back in here. And just a little piece of hold on, it's coming. I'm trying to work my tape dispenser with just one hand while I'm holding this one in place. You'd think this would be easy, but no, not. There we go. It's not perfect, but that's okay. Okay. Let's see here. All right, now we have, while we're waiting for that to dry, we have these little boo words. Oh, and they're clear too. Let's do one here. I think I want to use one more on this side, maybe right down here. All right, that's good there. And then we had this little ghost, but you know what? I kind of don't like him with this, so I think we're going to forego doing that. I still have these pieces, and I still have, I want one of these little cemetery stones, like maybe peeking out right here. And I'm going to pop one more in down over here. Okay, that's it on that sheet. And we have these little cute little foamy ghosts. I think I'd like to put one right here. And maybe we could put another one right in here. Alright, I won't put any more of those on. Alright, I still got some bare spaces here, and this did not go as planned here. Should have just done this to begin with. Come on, work. There it goes. Not wanting to slide. I don't know what's going on here. It's a whiteout dispenser, but it's not wanting to, like, move. Let me get another one. There we go. Should have just did this to begin with. Looks better than that black line showing through. That's for sure. That's really cute. I love that cemetery scene. Okay, we have these Bugos, which, and these. You know, don't think I'm going to use those in the end. And let's see, we had some boos here too. Okay, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause here. Oh no, I'm not. I know what I wanted to do. I had these that I wanted to put on. Okay. So for this piece here, it's got a back here, which I need to take some wire cutters and snip off. So I'm going to do that here. Alright, so there's that popped off. I'll throw that in there for now. Oops, hold on, I got another small piece to get off of here. We are going to use some glue dots because I want to make sure these are going to really attach. And these glue dots are so strong. Okay. Now for this, I want to put this in the far corner down here. I hope this will stay, but I think it will. Okay, where did the little tree go? I'm going to put some glue dots on that too. Yeah, see, these are like super sticky. Don't worry, I'm going to fix it here in a second. Okay. And there was a tiny ghost. So I'm just like doing a little scene down here, which I think is awesome and cute as a button. Get it? Buttons, because these are buttons. Well, they're part of a button goal. I think this was part of Buttons Galore package of stuff I purchased. That's so cute. That's downright adorable. Okay. Alright, now. Alright, I have these sequences. I think this guy's a little too big. So I'm not going to use him in the end. I am going to use one of these Rest in Peace tombstones down at the bottom here. And these are just giant oversized sequences. And I'm going to put another one over there. And I put a couple on the other side. Let's see. That did not peel off very well. It's fine. Okay. And you know, I have this empty space here. We need to deal with that. And you know what? I think maybe this might be the best place for him. So yeah, in the end, we are going to use him. I'm going to put him right there. He's just a different kind of ghost. Maybe he's the ringleader of this page. Who knows? And he's felty and he's fun. Okay, and then I want some of those sequence ghosts. Because again, it's different, you know. I just want a few of them. Loading this place up with ghosts. And again, I'm going to go with the glue dots. I wish I kind of had mini glue dots for these ones, but we're going to make it work. Have to get some different glue dots. Just put him kind of like right here. I'll bring you up in a second for the whole viewpoint, and I'm going to do the I'll be doing the writing later. So that part you won't see, and I'm not going to come back on camera and show you that. Just okay, and then let's go over to this cemetery over here, and let's put a couple of these tiny little ghosts in there. So I grab 2 more of these. We're almost done. I know this video is getting long, but I kind of said that would get long when doing these scrapbook days. Oh, I forgot about this little ghost. Oh, we don't have any room for him. It's okay. So anyway, I definitely said that these videos were going to get long, so feel free at any point to just kind of fast forward through what you don't want to see, fast forward all the way to the end if you just want to see like the end result. If you are wanting me to see, if you do want to see me do the inking part, let me know so I know for future videos whether or not to include that. I might have to cut some of that glue off. These glue dots probably not the best thing. I need a better glue for scrapbooking. Elmer's glue is a little too watery, so I need something thick or something, and dry fast or something. I don't know. There we go. I love this. Let me bring you up. So give me 1 second here. Move this out of the way. Clean up my mess here real quick. And let me pull the camera and move my stand out of the way. This is downright adorable. I love this. All right, so this is going to be saying YouTube video uploads. So that's going to be there. And then each of these will have writing on the inside, like this one that just tells what the video was for the month. So that's it. So, oops. So I hope you enjoyed this. Like I say, let me know on if you do want to see the inking part. Let me know that, and I can include that in future videos. Like I say, feel free to move around, and thank you for watching this. I hope you like. Please, if you do, please hit that thumbs up button so I know I'm on the right track with these videos. And what else was I going to say? Subscribe to my channel for future videos if you like. And thank you very much. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, critters.